Hello and welcome to yet another ParkLogic video. I'm Tim and this is Michael.
Hi, how are you going everyone?
And today we'll be talking to you about a variety of issues in the domaining community recently, but more specifically on keywording domains.
Yeah, keywording is pretty important, Tim, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really what gets people clicking and which generates the revenue.
No, absolutely, and I must admit it's an area where a lot of people really haven't focused on what it means to keyword and properly optimize the content of their pages.
How do you mean?
Well, what happens is that people go along, many domainers, they buy the domains, and they leave that up to Google, or they leave that up to Yahoo, or their provider, the parking company, or something like that, to go ahead and optimize their domains, and that really doesn't work.
So they don't manually check out what their keyword is for their domain?
No, they don't actually set their keywords manually or anything like that. And you know what? One of the things we discovered at ParkLogic is there's a huge amount of upside for actually keywording your domains and doing it properly. We've spent, I think it was about the last 5 or 6 years of tracking keywording data on domains.
Okay.
And we found it was immensely important to actually do that, to be able to extract that value.
Yeah.
Yeah, so some of the things that we have found, just to share with the rest of you there, is that the number one thing to look for is click-through rate.
Yeah.
Yeah, click-through rate is the number one thing.
Yeah, that kind of determines whether your keyword is successful, what people are really looking for when they type in that domain.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. What you're trying to do with getting your click-through rate up is to better match the advertiser to the content on the page.
Yeah.
Like, for example, let's imagine I've got a domain and it's about, say, music.
Yeah.
Right? And I have games keywords applied to that, or the page looks like games type related stuff.
Okay.
Then I can guarantee you my click-through rate will be down because people are actually wanting to click on stuff about music.
Okay, so it's matching the customers to what they want, really.
Yeah, exactly. So you're wanting to match the customers to what they want, which provides better value to advertisers.
Yeah.
That's ultimately what you're after. So its click-through rate is very, very important. So the other thing is right up there is with the click-through rate is a lot of people try to play games around click-through rate on the other part, which is earnings per click.
Okay.
Which is, in other words, someone's clicked, how much did I just get paid?
Okay, so what determines the earnings per click?
The earnings per click is determined by a whole stack of things, Tim. It's determined by algorithms, by advertisers, demand for keywords. It's determined by Google or Yahoo themselves.
Okay.
I remember years ago I did a quite interesting bit of research where I compared this very large portfolio, the earnings per click rate that was paid on this particular portfolio, and I compared it against the Yahoo and Google share price.
Okay.
And I found there was a huge correlation between the two. And I'm thinking, maybe I should use this information to buy Yahoo and Google shares, or maybe I should use the share price to go along and buy more appropriate domains in the keyword genre.
Well, information is power.
Exactly. So that's a bit beside the point. But earnings per click is, once you've got the click-through rate, then you want to look at the earnings per click. And so let's imagine an example of games and music and so forth for that particular domain. Is if I now know that they want music, what is the highest paying music keyword? And to take it and find that highest paying music keyword. And once I've got that highest paying music keyword, and I can find that in a variety of different ways. Like with us, we use our own databases, and we do this for the ParkLogic clients, so they don't even have to do it. Once you've got that highest paying keyword in, then you'll begin to increase what's known as your RPM.
Okay, so
revenue per thousand visitors.
What determines whether one keyword is more valuable over another one?
Yeah, I think it's a good question. Like I said before, is that really depends on a lot of things. Could be like demand for the keyword.
Okay.
Market vertical, typically speaking, mortgages, for instance, are worth a lot more than games. Okay. Like if I go along and take a mortgage for $500,000, a little bit different compared to buying a game for $50.
Understandable.
Yeah, so it's worth a lot more. So that lead or that opportunity to get a sale for the advertiser is worth more, so they're willing to pay more for it. Yeah, so that's generally speaking what's the case. So I've seen in the past where some domainers said, so all I really need to do is get that $50 a click on my domain. That's a very short-term strategy. And so they've been putting things like mortgage keywords applied to games traffic. and hopefully someone will click.
So it's really just taking a gamble.
Yeah, but it's not only that. You're gambling with a number of things. You're gambling with the are you going to get that $50 click?
Yeah.
And you're also gambling on the fact that no one's going to notice it and not pay you for it anyway, because it's obviously not very.
So it's an issue of fraudulent traffic.
Well, it's not necessarily even fraudulent traffic. It's fraudulent keywording, because it's sort of like it's deliberately trying to mismatch advertisers' expectations and mismatch it to users' expectations. So it's bad for everyone. The users typically don't want that sort of content, and the advertisers don't want those sort of users.
Okay.
And that's something that particularly Google and Yahoo don't like. They really don't like. So you want to be able to get that click-through rate and really work on the click-through rate to better match the advertiser to the traffic.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you're out there and you're thinking, "Oh, I've got a great idea. I'll put mortgage keywords on my games domains," it's been done before. Because the high-risk part is that you may end up getting your domains banned. And what that means is they're blocked at monetizing, say, Google or Yahoo or both or anything like that.
So you get put on the domain blacklist, pretty much.
Yeah, your domains will be put on the blacklist.
Okay.
And which is not a good thing, because then you're not going to be monetizing your domains at all. But anyway, that's for Spud, and let's discuss some of the things we're doing at ParkLogic now.
Okay. So what's new at ParkLogic, Michael?
Yeah. Well, we're looking at a number of things. Yeah, so we do a lot of things at ParkLogic for our clients, and one of the services we do provide is keywording all their domains.
Okay.
So we have teams of people. We also have systems for actually keywording. We've been doing this for a long time.
Yeah, we have a pretty robust system, don't we?
Yes, we do, actually, yes. It's very robust. And we've been trying to, all the time, extract that little bit more value out of the domain traffic. Because ultimately, that's what we're charged for doing with clients.
Yeah.
But one of the pressures we received also was that some of our clients said, look, they really like to keyword their own domains. And we thought, oh, okay. We thought we'd allow them to do that. And so one of the challenges with ParkLogic is the fact that we don't just keyword for a single, say, provider. We are keywording all providers. So we had to build quite a complex system in the background.
Because some providers maybe pay more for the different keywords than other ones. So,
Definitely.
the top earning per click keyword for, one company might not be the same for another one.
For instance, at the moment, we're finding the maximum any provider really wins on our platform, any monetization source that is about 20% of the traffic.
Okay.
They get 20%. So if you have all your traffic at one provider, I can almost guarantee that 80% of your traffic
will not be the best traffic it can do.
The best that place can do, correct. So coming back to keywording though.
But just following up on that, is the margin between winning and losing great? So if 80% of my traffic isn't winning, is it losing by a great margin or just a little bit?
That's a really interesting question. We actually did some analysis this recently.
Okay.
And we're comparing the winner against what we call the shadow price. In other words, the second potential winner.
Second place.
The second place, yeah. And what we found was there was a huge distinction.
Okay.
Which surprised us.
So it's not like the Olympics where, it's milliseconds between first and second place.
Yeah, exactly. So it's not milliseconds. It was actually quite a large distinction, which surprised us enormously because and we thought, jeepers, it's obviously that particular company was winning was really using a lot of its own intellectual property.
Okay.
But anyway, just moving on to keywords though. So we then built a system.
Yeah.
Which was really simple, where we progressively release it to clients so they can keyword their own domains. And they allows them to set 4 keywords, a primary keyword, second, third, and fourth keyword.
Okay.
It also allows them to set categories, primary and secondary categories, which is good.
So you could have, going back to the previous example, games, music, sort of games music. I'm not too sure.
You get some sites, for instance, they could have multiple keywords. Why? Because they have the users actually do want to see games and music and everything.
Okay.
This is a mobile phone domain or a cell phone domain. It may have games, mobile apps, music, and phone plans.
Yeah, so it gets a little bit more complicated.
We're trying to look at simple examples here. It gets very complicated. But some of the other interesting things we brought in was be able to flag that this domain, I want to review it.
Okay.
I want to review this domain in the future. So you can put a checkbox and then get a report that says, let's review this domain in the future. Or I want to go along and lock this domain for a period of time to stop any ParkLogic optimization on it.
So if you think you've got it set the way you want, then...
Yeah, so you can lock it, and you can lock it for a period of time, so it stops the ParkLogic team from working away at it.
Okay.
Because you're trying to get some data on the keywording. We then respond back and say, here's your average keywording for this domain that you have put in there, and we actually give it to you, and you can then track it across time.
Okay.
And you say, okay, this worked, that didn't work, what else can we actually do to get some more value? And we're finding that, like we've released it to, out of beta testing, we've released it to a number of clients, and they've really taken it on board.
That's good.
And they thought, this is great. And we're just building on that. So we're doing a number of other things with keywording.
Okay.
Like internally, we do a lot of stuff with what's called cross-fertilization.
Yeah.
Between
sounds like farming.
To another.
Sounds like farming.
Definitely. So keywording is a topic. Look, we're going to have. We need more than 10 minutes. I'm sorry to say, this is a topic of days and days and days. In fact, one day I'd love to go to a conference, and the whole day was just about keywording on how to best keyword a domain. I can talk about it.
I think I'd be keyworded out by the end.
That's true. But yeah, that's some of the things we're doing anyway, Tim.
Yeah,
but I think we're just about there, though.
Yes, of course. If you've enjoyed our videos, like us, subscribe to us.
Please do.
Check us out at ParkLogic.com. And if you're applying for an account and you've watched this video, set your first domain within the sample domain list as ParkLogicVideos.com, and that should hopefully help you out in us. Of course, getting back to you. We know that you're a real person. You've seen the videos, and we'll catch you later.
Yeah, absolutely. Make sure you do that, though. That's very important. We get a lot of applications, and we do apologize for delays and everything in getting back to people. We get a lot of applications, and please make sure you fill the application out completely. So we can,
honestly, and to the best of your ability.
The best of your ability, absolutely, because we'd like to have a talk to you about that and how we can best meet your needs. But in the meantime, everyone, have a nice day. See you later.
Bye.